The 80-year-old tycoon wanted to give his entire fortune, worth hundreds of billions, to his 20-year-old girlfriend, and he planned to sign the revised will in front of everyone. Upon hearing this, his daughter's face instantly darkened, and she slammed the door as she left. His nephew was equally puzzled, believing that Jack deliberately announced this decision at the wedding to humiliate them. Jack generously admitted that this was indeed the case. At this moment, his son Toby disagreed with his decision, but he could not stop his father. Then, under the witness of everyone, Jack picked up a pen, preparing to sign the will. But just then, the light suddenly went out. Amidst the chaos of the crowd and the sound of gunfire, they were shocked to discover that Jack had died on the spot. A dagger was stuck in his chest, and this dagger was Jack's family heirloom. It was originally meant to be a gift for Jenny, but now it had become the very weapon that killed him. Jenny, who was standing closest to Jack, screamed and pointed at the butler, because at that moment, he was holding a gun. The butler immediately explained that he had just seen a shadow, which made him fire unconsciously. Hearing the noise, Jack's daughter rushed in from outside and shouted for everyone to save him quickly. Then Tom suddenly reached out and directly pulled out the dagger. The crowd was instantly terrified and stopped Tom, saying that the weapon should not be touched until the police arrived. At a loss, Tom nervously inserted the dagger back again. Seeing such a chaotic scene, the detective invited to the wedding had no choice but to advise everyone not to touch the body again, so as not to affect the investigation. But instead of calling the police immediately, they hurried forward to check whether the will had been signed. After learning the result, everyone breathed a sigh of relief. Just as the crowd was rejoicing, Nick's words made them all gasp in shock, because at this moment, they were on a cruise ship, which meant the killer could only be one among them. Nick then ordered the captain to seal off the scene and instructed everyone to return to their rooms, waiting until the ship docked before handing it over to the police. Following Nick's request, everyone left the hall. Back in their room, Nick and his wife began to discuss the case of the day. Nick believed that the biggest suspect was Toby, because he had the most to lose from the revised will. Secondly, at the time of the signing, Toby was the one standing closest to Jack. But suddenly, a gunshot rang out. Everyone hurried toward the sound, only to discover that the victim this time was Toby.